Hey, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss Pre-Market Report for Tuesday, September 19th, 2017. I'm Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Here's a look at the daily time frame of the ES. Right now, things are very quiet overall in the overnight market. We have a range of just 4.5 points on the day so far. That's just 36% of ADR. Really, over the last 10 days, the ES has a range of under 13 points per day. So things have really shrunk up here over the last 10 sessions. So far, we're holding at highs. You can see prices push through 2480s, held here. We never have gotten back below 2480 after getting that squeeze day there, so this thing is stretching a little bit. We do have the FOMC statement and Fed interest rate decision on Wednesday afternoon, so we could see some quiet behavior until that occurs. We're going to get another one of these key levels here, the FOMC key level, one of the strongest levels we have right now in terms of pure price pivots. We're going to get another one of those here this week, tomorrow, and that'll help us here moving forward. But right now, this push up here implies more strength as long as price can remain above 2480. So any pullback into that zone could still be a buying opportunity for a continuation higher. We talked about before, pushing through 2488s here, the top of this range would open up a move to 2517 with a 100% target above at 2546. So we could be looking at much more strength ahead again if these 2480s continue to hold overall. So continue to watch that. We'll see how quiet this market gets heading into that FOMC event, and after that we should be ready to rock and roll. Let's take a look here at crude oil. Now crude is up on the day here, 54% of ADR, trading 64 cents of range, been averaging $1.19 over the last 10 sessions here. We can see price pushing at and just through recent highs here, currently trading 50.77. Here's our CVPOC. You can see here this thing had been compressing for a while. Now you're starting to see it push a little bit higher, but we're also through resistance. So this thing continues to quietly push up. The next major level above is 52s. And that's a level we've been watching in our trading room as the next CLVN above. So you can see right here, it dips in pretty good. That's 52s. So we could be looking at more strength in the 52s, at least quiet trading behavior into that zone. A move into 52 could be a first time fade for perhaps a return back toward value. So we have value sitting here, 48.91, 48.94, somewhere in that zone. So right now, still quietly pushing higher toward 52s, and then we may see some sort of back away from that CLVN. We'll see. Above that CLVN starts to squeeze into 54, 55. That's the upper end of the range, and into the top end of that range, we have not seen much in the way of success for bulls. So once it gets in the 54, 55, at least over the last good while here, it's been smacked right back down. So we'll continue to watch this very closely. If we take a look here at the NQ, here's the NQ, very, very bullish overall, but recently we've gotten very quiet here in this range. Right now, the NQ is trading 28% of ADR, just 15 points of range in overnight trading. It's been averaging 54 over the last 10 sessions. So things are very, very quiet in this range. And again, I keep saying this, but this is not an optimum time right now to really engage at this point in the chart, at least for not how I usually approach this market. So right now I'm really, really being cautious, watching this develop, letting this do its thing, and once we see some sort of major reaction, we can jump in and follow along. Right now, got to continue to watch this. Obviously 6K is a very important level. We've been trending up overall. Any pullbacks could still be buying opportunities for continuation, but right now it looks like all eyes are on the Fed. Lastly, gold. Here's a look at gold. Gold has been trending up. We've recently got a little bit of a rejection on these highs, 1362s, and we've pulled back. Now, I mentioned before, even a pullback in a 1300 could still be a buying opportunity here. That was the big pivot. It remains the big pivot. You can see here it was resistance, resistance, resistance until it went bid, turned to support. And now price is having to auction all the way back into that level. And it's not really giving a lot of confidence to gold bulls at the moment. Again, 1300 is the real pivot to watch. So any rejection of 1300 could be a buying opportunity for a retest of highs. If there's a failure to hold above 1300, we could be looking at a move all the way back against the range, at least in the value, which is going to be 1253s with a shot to reach the other side of support, which is 1200. So again, very important pivot coming up and a retest at 1300. Keep an eye on that. All right, that's it for now. Let's see how this plays out heading into the rest of the session. Good luck and trade well.